Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, a Megami Tensei Podcast. I'm Rasen.
I'm Katsu.
And Ultimax is out.
Yes, it's a
Yay.
thing, and the game is really fun and really busted.
Busted.
Have you not seen how overpowered Narukami is in Yosuke? Like, jeez.
Oh, let's get into that in a little bit. But we got some other stuff to talk about. We're gonna save Ultimax for last. It'll probably be what most of this podcast is about, because
Yeah,
that's what we've been doing. Also, sorry that Sorry that we missed last weekend, because
we've been busy.
we've been busy, and also don't expect weekly episodes because college is a thing for both of us, and
Yeah, we're busy. We're busy adults, and we have
yeah,
adult responsibilities. We don't have time to spend an hour to talk about a niche franchise with you losers.
oh, so edgy. We're basically Persona 5 party members. We got that we got that college thing going on.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, just bear with us. It's it's hectic. I'll leave it at that. Actually, to be honest, I was actually kind of planning on having last weekend be an episode and then skipping this weekend because I turned 21 yesterday. So we're
Yeah.
recording
Now,
this
now
Sunday the
he's
12th.
now he's legal to drink and get wasted
Oh
and
well.
end up in a dumpster somewhere
Oh
halfway across town. Like,
no. The only thing that happened is I got kicked out of a bowling alley for putting my name in as blunt smoking Jesus on the scoring computer, and also we my girlfriend really wanted both of us to get a fish, so that's how she finally got me to buy a fish.
oh,
We split the fish money, so whatever. We still don't know what to name it, but
you obviously name it Kodama.
you know what's fucked up is we were talking about like what possible nerdy things could we name our fish, and both of us actually did like the name Dante.
Yeah, just
that
name him Dante.
that's one of the names on the table right now. Yeah, but that's where that's going. Anyways, enough about my fish and my 21st birthday. It was fun. Um, Actually, speaking of just stuff that's been going on recently, today, as of this recording, it's October 12th, 2014. For
Yes.
those watching in the future, um,
Can you believe the Earth's been around for 2014 years?
God
It's
damn it,
crazy.
stop! No, we're not fucking doing this today. No, 10 years ago, Nocturne came out in North America, so
Yes.
that game has aged super well. It's kind of I can't believe it's 10 years.
I
That
know.
game is just wonderful.
It's been
Um,
10 years. I was just a babby 10 years ago.
I know, right? We're 11. Oh,
Yes.
it's weird to think about. Um, but I guess on the subject of Nocturne, recently we kind of sort of I guess we whatever it grew beyond all of us, as I say in the last episode of it. I finished my Nocturne streaming playthrough that I've been doing. That was an experience. I haven't really talked about it a lot on the podcast. I kind of said we were doing stuff with it, and then as it occurred I didn't really reference it too much, but yeah, I streamed Nocturne from start to finish on emulator just for shits and giggles because my laptop that I have now can run it. And it was fun. There's a lot of dumb inside jokes along the way. I had the chat vote on what stat I would raise every level up, which led to
Everyone
me.
kept voting luck.
I had 40 luck by the end of the playthrough. We named I The chat helped out with naming the characters. I had final say, but we had such wonders as our teacher being named Taco Butt and our main character being named Kanye West with the nickname Obama.
Yes.
We end up going through Demon Ending, and that finished. I'm gonna link to the playlist below. The final part is processing right now. It might be up. Hold on. Yeah, it just went up as we are speaking. So I'll link to the playlist with all 17 parts below. It's about 50 hours long. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. People come and go for, oops, people come and go for the co-commentating, and
Yeah.
it was
I
a good time.
commentated a few times, and and then Salty Bed happened during that one stream.
Yeah, it got salty. So, yeah, I'll link to that below and all that. And people are like, yo, what are you going to stream next? I'm going to take a little bit of break and just stream some other things, maybe not even full playthroughs, but I want to break some MegaTen streaming. Been streaming, I think the first part of Nocturne was in June. Yeah, it was June.
Yeah.
And then we just finished it this Friday. So it's been a long road, but I think next everyone kind of wants me to do Strange Journey, which I'll I'm definitely gonna do. I have the layout and everything set up for when we're gonna stream that. Few things though. First thing, I've never beaten Strange Journey before. In fact, it's probably the mainline game I have the least amount of experience. No, I'd say I even have more SMT II experience than I do Strange Journey experience. So I'm definitely gonna start playing that a little bit on the side during this little break part we have going on here. I'm still playing Persona 4 as well, so gonna be a little hectic, not stressful, but hectic with how that works out. But I want to get some Strange Journey experience in before I actually start streaming, so I know what I'm doing. And also, it's kind of come to my attention, and even just thinking about it and what I've played of the game, and also having people tell me there's a lot of people that aren't entirely sure how a Strange Journey stream
It's going to work.
is going to work because games
It's just like
slow
streaming.
paced.
Yeah, it is. You're going to need to entertain the stream during those incredibly monotonous moments of Strange Journey.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be important for me to get the right people to co-commentate with and make sure we're all having a fun time during the little breaks, and try and make it as interactive as possible, so everyone watching is having a good time.
Meanwhile, I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening. People on stream are like giving me just backseat advice, like, oh, pair X character up with this character. Why are you doing that, etc. and so forth. Outside of that, it's been
they're trying to crush your dreams, Katsu.
Yeah. Outside of that, it's been fun. I've only been streaming whenever there were people around to commentate with, since just talking by myself while I play a strategy game isn't really all that fun. As fun as it seems like.
So yeah, I'll link to that below because you've been archiving those too. So
yes,
everyone's streaming. But enough about us. Let's get into the news finally. But yeah, Strange Journey stream will probably be a thing. I'll talk about it on the podcast whenever the fuck that becomes a thing, and I decide to finally do it. Okay, so I guess going more into the news. First thing to talk about is just yesterday. This was actually a good birthday present. It wasn't a birthday present, but it worked out that way. The Megami Tensei 1 Famicom version, so the very first MegaTen game ever. The translation beta patch came out. Now, this was due. Actually, it was the full patch was supposed to be released by these guys September 11th, which would have been the anniversary of when it came out. But they didn't have it ready by then, and they just kind of delayed it. I was kind of surprised that they kept going on it because the Kyoyaku translation patch came out not too long ago, which is a Super Nintendo remake of both MegaTen 1 and 2. But they decided that they're just going to finish it up, so they must have been really close to finishing it during that delay process. Well, I mean, even it seems like they've been working on it for, I think they said 15 years on and off.
15 years!
So this has been a process. This has been a long way coming.
Jeez, 15 years, like...
That would have started in 99.
Man, I was like in first grade? When they started this translation project?
Like,
I didn't know what a Megami Tensei even was.
No,
I was too busy watching Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, so it seems like sure enough they are going to release the full thing. From what I understand, the beta patch that they have out is fully playable. There's just like a few hiccups every now and again, but other than that, you can play it. Now, my advice is, if you want to play Megami Tensei 1, please try out the Kyoyaku version first, because, man, it's a lot more accessible and less aged, I guess, just because it's a remake. But if you're a diehard MegaTen fan or you just want to check it out and see where everything began, you can now, with the oldest possible MegaTen game that you can ever play. So that's
Yes.
pretty cool. It's really nice to see that that's finally available for a Western audience, or at least for an English speaking audience. Um,
Hmm.
I never really thought we'd see it soon, but we have. And also, I guess just I'll link to that below. But in other translation news, we kind of got a sneak peek of this, which I'll get into. But Shin Megami Tensei If translation patch update was posted over on Aeon Genesis's site, and game is almost done, it seems. And in the update, Gideon Z says that there is a little anniversary coming out soon for SMT, and most people think he's referencing October 30th. So
Yeah.
could be that October 30th might be when we see the SMT If patch, but even within the update itself, it kind of sounds like it's not nothing solid yet. All we know is that it's close to being done. So everyone's kept saying, oh, we're never going to see If released in English and all that. Ha, you guys are wrong.
Ha.
I always,
Losers.
I believed Aeon Genesis, the whole team could. I believed they could pull through with that, and yeah, it's almost done. Now, actually, if you remember a few episodes ago, one of our good friends, the A Tricker, was at PAX and was able to play a little bit of a beta version, like a early build
Yeah,
of
demo.
yeah, a demo of SMTF in English, and he was talking with Gideon Z, and he was asking uh, when it would be out or if there was any idea for a release yet, and he said October. So it seems like this is probably going to be it. SMTF is going to be out, and then after that, every single mainline MegaTen game will be available in English, which is fucking awesome.
Available in English for everyone to play.
Well, I guess there's 9, but let's not talk about 9. Um,
SMT 9, what's that? That sounds like a shitty Xbox game.
oh, we're not gonna. Let's. That's not a mainline. We kicked it out. No one accepts it. I guess Imagine as well, but that was in English for a while. Um, Man, the game is shit. But yeah, so stay tuned for more news on Shin Megami Tensei If translation patch release. I'm assuming we're gonna see it at least by the end of the year, if I had to guess. It sounds like it's almost done, but you never know. They might find something that's a problem, this late that could cause a delay or something. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say by the time 2015 rolls around, we're gonna have SMTF in English, which is gonna be cool. So.
Yes. Hmm.
So we might see SMT If by the time October is done, but you know what we might not see by the time October is done?
Yeah, that one game Europe still hasn't gotten yet.
So it's the 12th of October and people are starting to worry, it seems, because Atlus promised that well, maybe not promised, but they said that SMT IV should probably be released in Europe finally this October, and it's the 12th, and there's been no news on it, which kind of freaking people out. Uh,
Everybody's getting freaked out. Everybody's getting worried.
so,
Um,
but yeah, looks like SMT IV Europe is I don't know. Hopefully it's gonna be launched by the end of the month, but
I don't know. I don't have my hopes up.
kind of sketchy when it's the 12th and there's no news on it yet. Just a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
Hopefully that whole situation works out. It's been a long road. It's been a long
It
road
seems
indeed
like
for
it seems
SMT.
like Atlus USA is just doing the porting all by themselves.
For for I guess for perspective's sake, we started this podcast like debriefing on SMT4's release, like,
Yeah.
and we've gone all this way and it's still not out in Europe.
A year since we started this freaking podcast, and the
Over
game's
a
not even a
year.
year. The game's not even out. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, it's a sticky situation that European
Got
release.
their SMT4.
But yeah, hopefully all that works out and it's out soon. Um, I guess in terms of other release stuff, sure enough, we have Ultimax here in North America now, and
Yeah, that's coming out in Europe November 27th by Sega.
yep,
I
it's
think we've mentioned this in the last podcast, I
yeah, I
believe.
think we did.
But just to get it out there again, it is
Mhm.
on its way to Europe, guaranteed. So no need to worry. You'll be able to throw down online. Also, for those who are buying the Xbox version, it's kind of tough for you guys. You guys won't get the lobbyist system.
Wait, they don't?
No, they don't get the lobby system. It's stripped from the Xbox version, but it's available on the PS3 version.
Huh.
Probably because Japan doesn't have an Xbox version.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Lobbies are kind of nice even just for
Just for
messing up.
aesthetics and just for goofing off.
It's well, I mean, even like what we've been doing. I'll get more into this, but like we've kind of been doing a we've been doing this thing on Twitter where like either the COS or S-Link accounts or both will just tweet out, "Hey, we're gonna take over this lobby. Everyone just come in here and we're gonna dick around and have a fun time." And we've gotten quite like some of those nights we have upwards of like about 20 people.
Hmm.
Maybe not 20, but like enough.
32, yeah, 32 is the max amount of people you can have in a lobby.
We've had a lot of people in there though for some of
Yeah,
those
from what I've
nights.
heard.
Yeah, it's I thought you were in a few.
I haven't been in very much because I've been so busy with homework
Oh.
and college stuff. I don't have much time to play.
Yeah. Oh my God, that has been so much fun though. I guess let's just get into the Ultimax release stuff. Oh, also, I guess this might as well be a time to talk about our spoiler policy. All right, so Ultimax came out September 30th. That means November 30th is when this podcast is going to go no holds barred on Ultimax story spoilers. Until that date, we are not going to spoil anything regarding Ultimax's plot. Um, just cause I think Katsu and I both kind of decided, just talking back and forth in private, we definitely want to do a spoiler podcast on Ultimax's story because man, it is.
It's something.
It's something. I don't want to say anything just because I don't want to like. I don't even want to quote unquote spoil like the reaction to it because I feel like people should just experience it without having any background knowledge of the quality.
Yeah,
Um,
just know that it's a thing.
it's a thing, and I think from what I hear, it's like 15 to 20 hours to beat the story modes, like
Yeah.
all of them. So just beat it. Um, Play Persona 4 Arena's story mode or look up a summary of that first before you do so. By the way, it's kind of important. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, we're gonna do a spoiler podcast on that. Uh, probably not as soon as possible because like the week when we're allowed to talk about Ultimax spoilers is also the same week that Persona Q
Persona,
comes
yeah,
out.
Persona Q comes out,
And
and
I think we'd much rather talk about our first response to Persona Q
so yeah,
rather than the Ultimax story.
I'd rather
Um,
play Persona Q than talk about the Ultimax story.
yeah, I'd much rather talk about PQ. So I feel like people already kind of know where we're standing on Ultimax's story. Um, but yeah, we'll maybe like the week after, and it'll be fun stuff. But uh, just know for now you're safe. You have about 2 months, a little less than 2 months to beat Ultimax's story before we spoil anything for you. And
Yep.
yeah, so I guess starting this out, Katsu, you got Ultimax a lot earlier than I did because you
Yeah.
got the damn Japanese import.
Yes.
Want to talk about that experience?
Um. So pretty much when you import the Japanese version of Ultimax, they don't have English text available, but if you hack the game, you can just pull up the English text anyway because it's literally the same game. It's just that it's the same game content-wise as the English version, except that their the languages of both regions are just unselectable. So you have to literally dig through the code to just pull up the language. But that's beside the point. Anyway, when it first launched, I was playing Minazuki because I just wanted to play a character that was really stupid until Adachi came out. And then when Adachi came out, everything changed because Adachi is such a fun character. Such a scumbaggy character too. I was watching a I was watching a stream of a Japanese player using Adachi. He was just talking so much shit on the mic while he was pulling off Adachi combos. I was like, ah! But yeah,
Okay,
Ultimax is fun.
Ultimax is fun. I'll tell my story now. I waited for the North American release because I wanted the physical goodies. I'm looking at my tarot cards and Teddy Bot bag right now. Um, I don't know. Oh, first of all, let me say this. I have no clue where the fuck in my room I'm gonna keep this Teddy Bot bag. Like, my family is like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" I'm like, "I got it with the game. Don't worry about it." And like, I just have this Teddy Bot bag like in the corner of my room on my desk, just staring at me while I sleep. I don't want to put it in the closet because I don't want it to like just be cramped in there with stuff and like possibly break. Um, I need to like somehow figure out room for this or put it in my. I don't want to put it in my basement either because that would just be weird. But I don't know what I'll do with it. But yeah, Teddy Bot Bag is a thing. I could just deflate it and you know, push comes to shove, store it somewhere. But I kind of like it in its inflated form. Um, Also, the tarot cards are really nice. I saw a lot of people bitching on Game FAQs and just other places like, "Yo, the tarot cards are just cardboard, motherfucker. It's a card. What did you expect?"
They expected it to be metallic and made
I
out of the finest paper materials.
like they're cards. Like cards are cards. They're all cardboard. I thought that was dumb. I know like a lot of people are complaining like you can kind of see where like the factory like
Oh yeah, where
the
the factory
cutting
cuts were.
yeah, and all that, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of, but I still think overall they're pretty nice to have. I thought they were pretty cool. I can definitely see where people have issues.
I know some of the Japanese people imported the English version of Ultimax so they didn't get the tarot cards.
I thought they had.
No, they didn't get tarot cards.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, it's exclusive to the West.
oh, that's actually pretty cool. Um, oh, they didn't. Did they not also get the Teddy Bot Bag?
No, they didn't get the Teddy Bob bag.
Oh man, that's the most important of them all.
Yes.
Okay, so actually, I think I remember seeing a lot of Japanese people retweeting one of my like Teddy Bot Bag picture tweets. Maybe that could
Yeah.
have been a part of it. Like, hey, look at what the Americans got and all that.
Yeah.
But
Look what the filthy Americans got. I wish we got this shit.
um, so yeah, those have been great. I actually didn't get too much time to play like the day and stuff it came out simply because I had an exam, um, or a presentation. I had something going on that week, but that weekend, man. That weekend I put some time in. So I guess you talked a little bit about the characters you were going with,
Mm,
in how you went with Adachi. So I think I've talked about this before. I'm absolutely sure I've talked about this before. I was totally gonna main Persona-less show. Uh, and I thought my mentality going into that main was snapping. Okay, my mentality going into that main was he has no persona. He has three physical attacks and then like this weird dodge move thing. He's probably going to be a little more simple and just kind of easier to play as in a way.
hmm
Even though he's not really complete, but he's kind of like a standard ArcSys characters from like Blaze Blue or something. So I'll be able to kind of get used to ArcSys games that way. And also he's very aggressive, which I enjoy. I enjoy the aggressive play style and like the high risk, high reward type of thing.
Yeah.
So I had some fun with that, but um I don't know. It got to a point where his lack of a persona kind of was starting to while it is kind of an advantage because some status effects aren't really that scary, and also you don't have to worry about being like persona broken and all that, he does really feel incomplete, especially like when you're far away from your enemy and they're trying to zone you out, or even when you're just like medium range where you would want to use a persona attack just because your physical attacks are kind of shorter.
Yeah.
You feel the loss of not having a persona in a game where everyone else does.
That
Uh,
feel with no persona.
that feel with no persona exactly, and just I'm like I don't really like that. Just I I feel like I'm playing three-fourths of a character. The rushdown stuff is really good. I'm as soon as I get in, I'm murdering. However, when like Yukari or Elizabeth gets far away from me, I'm fucked. If I can't teleport in or evade or dash my way into the situation, I feel powerless. I didn't really like that, so I'm like, well, you know what? I'll try Minazuki out, and similar character but with a persona, and I'll see how I like that. And the first thing, and this is kind of stupid, but the first thing I liked right off the bat was his survival knife projectile was a just a regular quarter circle motion instead of a charge, and I don't like charges.
Yeah, I don't like charges either.
They're just obnoxious to deal with in lag because I can never tell if I'm actually charged or not when the game's kind of running poor. Um, but then also I found out that he has like crazy teleport stuff going on, and just he has like a counter super that's really fun to hit people with, and just the dumbest insta kill of all time that's maximum edginess, and just I'm like, yeah, I like this character a lot more. And I've been actually really successful. Now, I sucked terribly at Persona 4 Arena. Um, I would say I was like, I don't know, I was a really scrubby Mitsuru player. I guess I'd leave it at that. And then I kind of messed around with Narukami and Teddy towards the end there when I'd hop on to play with friends and whatnot. But Minazuki is the first character in this, I guess, entire arena series where I'm like, yo, I connect with him, I feel him, I'm putting in work, and I'm winning. And I feel like I'm winning because of my own skill. And I don't know, it kind of invested me with taking this game seriously. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah,
the game is fun.
it's
I
really
think
fun.
part of the real reason why it feels a lot more fun than Ultimax, I mean, not feels a lot more fun than Arena, is because there's more. Yeah, the character roster is just so much bigger, and there's so many different styles of play now, and each character feels different from the other.
Doesn't
And
Arena feel kind of incomplete looking back on it? Like it seems so
yeah,
small in scale, or just like kind of dry because
it
Ultimax
does
adds so much stuff.
add. Ultimax just adds more and more stuff. Arena doesn't feel all that. It doesn't have. I think part of it was just like the small character roster, the fact that the top tiers were pretty much unbeatable, and yeah, just things like that. It died off pretty quickly, even though it had a lot of fanfare going in. And meanwhile, with
I think
Ultimax,
Chrono Phantasma was also partially to blame for
yeah,
that, but
Chrono Phantasma too. And meanwhile, with Ultimax, you got more characters. You got the normal type and the shadow type. You have console exclusives, which was a really big thing to get people to buy the game, especially in Japan when they had the arcades.
yeah.
They got the console exclusives. They got the fan favorites showing up like Adachi, Margaret, Yukari, Junpei.
Marie for the waifu people.
Yeah, and overall, oh, and the overall balance changes and stuff like that just make the game a lot more fun. Or maybe it's just me because I play Adachi.
I'm really liking it a lot more than Arena 1. And that too, I guess, even in my like lower level, I could kind of feel where the balance issues
Yeah.
were in Arena, whereas me playing casually now, Ultimax feels a lot more balanced. Minus Yosuke's a little hard to deal with. Um,
Yosuke is kind of bullshit. Narukami is kind of bullshit. But well, why is it got to be those two of all the characters to be just?
Even
Why,
then, the balance issues are a lot less pronounced than they
yeah,
were in Arena, from my experience. And I mean, even with like future patches, I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know if they're
yeah.
gonna patch it anymore, but
They have to patch the game again once they add the console exclusives plus the DLC characters to the arcades.
so,
There's probably going to be a balance patch then.
yeah. And even then, like Arena wasn't terrible with the balancing stuff compared to a lot of other fighters, but like Ultimax really smooths it out even more, which is really nice.
And plus, just like the way the game looks is just so much better. I love the UI.
The UI is so much better. I
Yeah.
can't go back to Arena for that reason. Like something about the life bars in Arena 1 never clicked with me. And like
Just like the
now
UI in general. I never really liked that yellow and orange thing they had going on, and and like yeah, I didn't like that, and part of the presentation just didn't sit right with me. Meanwhile, with Ultimax, it's just yeah, I love this. I love how it looks. I love how it plays.
it's really weird too because like I know we were saying before, like I don't know how Ultimax's scene is gonna last, especially with like Guilty Gear coming out and all that. But like, it seems like in the last year, like so many more people have been like getting into the anime fighter thing. Because even doesn't Under Night in Birth still kind of sort of have a
Yeah,
tournament thing going on? Like people are,
yeah, and it has good turnouts too.
I know people are sticking with them now. Whereas like it seemed like before, everyone's just moving to the newest game. It seems like now people are sticking with games that like aren't the newest latest thing, which is pretty cool. So hopefully Ultimax for Evo, please.
Yes,
That'd be
Mr.
great.
Wizard, please. I'll buy you like 20 McRibs.
Is in. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's really fun. I guess even getting into that first week experience I had to. Uh, I forget sometimes how small world. I guess the whole MegaTen Persona, even though Persona's massively popular and this game is gonna sell super well and sold super well, I'm sure on the first day even. Still kind of a small community once you think about it. Like
Yeah.
when I hopped into the online, I'm like, oh hey, I know that person from Twitter. I know that person
It's
from
like I know
Twitter.
that guy, that guy, that guy. I know those people.
Oh hey, Purge is having a lobby. Hyrack is having a lobby. Oh, there's Samael. Like I have like, oh I know all of you. Um,
All of these bastards. What are they doing playing fighting games?
yeah, it was really fun. Just like
Like I think like the first weekend of Ultimax, John Harden was had a lobby.
we were in it.
Yes, we were in it.
Yeah, that's kind of an important thing. Yeah, like yeah, we
Also, I beat Levito at his own like game. So yeah, COS is better than S-Link confirmed. I wanted to get that out of the way right now.
I insta kill my I wrote out on Twitter my goal is to insta kill every S-Link FM host by the end of the month, and I'm working on it. I have Ron and Levito down, insta killed them both, but there's a few more of you. You better watch yourself. If I run
Yeah.
into you online, that insta kill, it's coming. No, yeah, but we've been playing a lot with the S-Link guys, and just like having the listeners of both podcasts in lobbies and just all of us hanging out and stuff. It's been so much fun. Like even I can tell the people that are just there because it's Persona and not really that interested in the RPG stuff. I can tell that they're having a good time too, just because
Yeah.
it's something about the game. It just it's so much fun. Um, but yeah, we were in a lobby with Levito, a few of the other S-Link people, and John Harden was there, and that was really fun. Did you get to play John Harden? I forget.
No, I lost the match right before he
Oh
was up.
yeah. Oh
I was like,
yeah.
oh.
But yeah, that was fun. It was kind of an interesting experience. That was actually the first day too, wasn't it? I think it
I
was
think
the
it
first.
was. Was it the first day? I thought it was the second day or something.
I don't remember. It was very close to launch, but like, man, it's an experience. Like, it's a weird experience being able to say that you were playing with the PR manager of a company who just put the game out that you're playing like
Yeah.
in your bedroom. Like it's I don't know. That was really cool. It was an honor. So yeah, fun stuff. And but then even then, just the lobbies that we've had between like the S-Link COS stuff has been really fucking fun. Um,
Yes.
like I'm even Levito's getting better. I'm noticing his improvements every time I play him, and we've
I'm legit glad he's actually like sticking with the game and getting better with it. Besides refusing to learn the game and just opt to mash out every time.
Levito, you get the the Katsu seal of approval apparently.
Yes, the Katsu seal of approval. I'm fine with anyone who wants to legit learn how to play the game besides just mash the A button and like I remember for like the second month of Arena, people were still like using rolls and auto combos, thinking they were the best at the game when in reality they're just a scrub. And then they get mad at me because I was doing legit combos, and then they say angry letters like, you need to stop using your main, you freaking arcade stick player." I'm like, oh god, that's a thing. That's legit a thing that people will send you if you just destroy them. They're like, okay, arcade stick player, you're just like, what does
Ah,
me playing arcade stick have to do with anything?
yeah. I actually just people on Twitter in general. I've noticed a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't care about fighting games just being like, "Hey, I want to learn how to do this," and I think that's really cool. Like,
Yeah.
as someone who's been into fighting games kind of sort of casually for a while now, like I've said this before, the only fighting game I'm any decent at is Marvel, uh, which makes me a babby in many people's eyes. But like this is the first game other than Marvel I think I want to take super seriously. Like I've tried out Street Fighter and just King of Fighters and other stuff. And I'm like, I want to play this a lot, but like I don't think I'll ever take it
It's like I like this
seriously and
game,
try it out.
but I want to air dash and then use Magatsu Mandala combos and and do Adachi stuff and Yeah, I think I'll just play Ultimax.
I want to learn how to play Ultimax. I really do. It's a lot of fun, and I'm slowly but surely learning some Minazuki combos.
Oh, learning some Minazuki combos, getting ready for that for the eventual throwdown.
We're gonna throw. Should we stream that?
Yeah, I was actually planning on streaming. I'm gonna get a playlist together of the most epic music too.
Okay. Well,
I got stuff from Xenoblade in there.
all right. Well, we're fucking doing it. Me and Katsu are gonna
Okay.
have a first to 10 sometime
Yeah.
this next weekend.
The goal of the first of 10 is to get better at the game.
Yeah, because okay, actually, I want to talk about this. So me, you, the A Tricker, who you guys have probably seen from. Well, actually, he was on episode 30, and also he streamed with me a lot. And then also Jake, who has been on a few of the audience call-in episodes, and also streams with us. The four of us have been just going in there and having our own little private lobbies, even, and we're all like about equal footing, I'd say, and I've never really had that experience when I pick up a new fighting game. Generally, I'm just kind of alone, or like I have friends that are way better at me,
Yeah.
better than me rather at the game.
Yeah, but the skill gap has really been closing up.
We're all pretty close, and it's been fun because anytime any of us play a match, we don't know who's gonna win, and it's exciting because we're all getting better at around the same pace, and like
Yeah.
damn, it's been a lot of fun just seeing these, and also we all play separate characters, so.
Yes.
Like it's been just a fun time. I love it. Uh, but yeah, I don't know what else to talk about other than the game is really fucking cool. And even if you don't really if you've never really played fighting games,
I suggest you pick up Ultimax because
I
that's like
think it's pretty good for
yeah, it's
beginners.
perfect for beginners and it has a lot of depth for the seasoned fighter to enjoy.
I think the only thing that would throw people off at first is the game's pretty fast paced, and the thing about fighting games that are fast paced, and this was my experience with Marvel, really frustrating because you will lose and you will have no idea why.
Yeah,
Absolutely no
you
idea.
need to pay absolute attention to what your opponent is doing because if you do not, you will lose and then you'll get angry about why you lost and you won't be able to understand it. Which is why, for beginners, I recommend to save all of your matches and then watch them and like because when you replay matches on on the game, you get to do things like stop and slow down the match so you can see what exactly is going on.
Yeah,
So like the moment like your guard is broken and you eat a 5k combo, you can see that exact moment, what they did and what you could have done to prevent that and etc.
I think it's also just a thing too, where as soon as you start to learn and start to realize why exactly you're losing, and then you start to kind of correct those mistakes and you start winning more often, that's when it starts to get fun. When you
Yeah.
start seeing the improvement, and like even just when we're playing Trick, we've all came to the conclusion that Marie's JC is really, really good. I've
That's
been
really bullshit. I've been practicing. I've been practicing I've been practicing 2Bing the JC, and I've been practicing the timing on that, and I've been getting better at it. I just need to work on doing more optimal counter hit combos off of that. Because Adachi's 2B is insanely good. It has an amazing horizontal, not horizontal, but vertical hitbox. I just need to figure out how to capitalize on the damage. Because I know he can do stuff like Heat Riser after the combo ender or Magatsu Mandala, and then say I get counter hit and I have my Mandala buff, I could just end with Heat Riser and then Rage, and I could just use Zeodine for an unblockable.
yeah, I all I've been doing off of the JCs whenever there's a Marie JC coming in, I'm just like, okay, 2B is my fuck you button because that's all that shows 2B is just a giant wall of fuck you.
Yes.
I love it. And then also just even learning stuff like when to teleport and when to not teleport, or even slight stuff like how to get the most out of Show's insanely good 2A. Jesus, that is so fast.
Yeah, his
Um,
2A is extremely good.
It's really good. Or even like something I was proud of too, where actually me and Trick were playing not too long ago, and he did Marie's super where she throws, I think she throws like the cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Just I was at the right range and the timing was right for the Zeodine, like Narukami's Zeodine super, because I was messing around with Narukami trying to learn him, and I got the invincible frames just right so I could hit him out of the super, and like I felt so good because I knew the timing and everything went according to Keikaku. Um,
Yes, just little things like that just make the experience a lot more fun.
because they're all memorable. Because the thing with fighting games is they're the only real competitive like game genre, I guess, where every time you lose, it's solely because of you, and every time you win, it's because you put in the work type of thing. Like
Yeah,
minus balance issues and some weird situations, it's all on you, and that's what I think is the most fun and the most rewarding thing about it. Because with other games like MOBAs or first-person shooters or whatever else, your team can make or break stuff for you, and you can't do everything alone. And fighting games, it's all you, which is fun. So,
yes.
oh man, I don't have much else to say in regards to Ultimax.
Well, if you want to learn about just fighting games in general, I recommend you guys look up Ultra because they got some really good tutorials.
Agreed.
If you want to learn about Ultimax in particular, uh, you can always hit me up. I know a lot about this game. Hit me up on Twitter. You can just hit me up on Twitter for questions. If I don't know something, I can point you in the right direction. Dust Loop has a lot of general information on Ultimax and just about Arc System Works fighters in general, just in case you feel like branching out.
Yeah.
Guess that's pretty much it
Uh,
for Ultimax stuff.
that's really all I have to say on Ultimax. Fucking also there's like DLC stuff out for that. I don't think we're gonna cover the DLC for Ultimax just because there's a lot and like it's a lot of tiny stuff.
It's pretty much music and navigators.
Music, navigators, colors.
Yeah, stuff that you don't really need.
Margaret is out now, and like that's the only I guess major DLC that game has is her.
Yeah,
Well, I guess the other characters, but they were free
not
for
too
the
many.
first
Yeah, they
week.
were free for the first week.
Also, if you didn't get them for some reason, if you didn't get them for some reason,
They
uh,
cost money now.
they cost money now. Shame on you for not knowing.
Yes.
Your fault. No. Um, but yeah, actually, Marie is really fun to play as. Like, I didn't think, because like I don't care for her as a character, so I just never even thought of using her like
Yeah.
gameplay wise as the game came out. But like, she's really fun to use, and that Namissa color is hype. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all I have to say on the subject of Ultimax. My Minazuki is going to be god tier by the end of 2015. Hashtag
Uh,
road to Evo.
Hashtag Road to Evil.
I'm not going to Evo this year probably, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So pick up Ultimax and even follow COS_podcast on Twitter. And whenever we're all in an open lobby or something, we'll tweet it out and we can all have fun and play together and stuff. And don't be worried if you're like bad at the game or anything, because a lot of people, a lot of the lobbies we've had have been very varying in terms of the skill levels and stuff. Like I've gotten blown up by people that, man, they're really good, and then like I've seen a lot of people that are just beginner level and just getting used to even just auto comboing and moving around and stuff. So
Yeah.
we have people in our audience that play with us and all that from all sorts of backgrounds of fighting game knowledge. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I expected. Ultimax was kind of a game I'm like, I'll play this for a month or two and then kind of give up on it. Ultimax is really fun, and I think I'm gonna play it for quite some time. Uh, I guess we can go into emails.
Yes.
Emails. All right. So this first one is from Kai Bear. Um, or the Kai Bear of Love, and he says, "Hello, COS podcast. First of all, I want to thank you for getting me into the SMT games that aren't Persona. I really enjoyed Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga, and SMT IV, but I have a big problem, and that is getting into Devil Survivor Overclocked. The main reason is that it is a strategy RPG, and I've never played one before, and I'm having trouble getting used to it. Well, actually, I'm really bad at the game. I was just wondering if you could give me some tips on how to get good at not only Overclocked, but strategy RPGs as a whole. I can say I've gotten to the first Protect the Citizen part, and I'm on normal. My demons are all shit, and I'm not dealing any damage despite exploiting weaknesses. Would restarting on easy help? Um,
Hmm.
and then he says, just to wrap it up, sorry if this is a hard question to answer, but please keep up what you're doing. Now that my third year of high school just started, your streams and podcasts not only help me grind, but actually study and do homework. Thanks again. I know that feel. I
Yeah.
podcast while doing school stuff too. A lot of fun. So
Hmm.
let's see. strategy RPG advice in general, learn movement. I think that's
Yes.
the big thing is really.
Learn learn where and how your characters move and how your opponents move, because movement can decide can decide whether or not you get your shit blown up.
Yeah, it's you definitely need to take into consideration where exactly the enemies can attack you when you move someplace, or also even if if you want to just have a character go a little bit outside of their attack range so that you can kind of bait them into coming to attack you and then just finishing them off as they get closer. Like strategies like that help, or just even when you have an objective you need to get to, like protecting the citizen. There's a lot of ways you can handle that. Like a lot of demons have racial abilities that will either bind enemies to slow down their movement a lot,
Hmm.
or increase your speed, or even just teleport through obstacles so that you can get to them faster. What you might want to also consider, if you can, is just uh, rush all four people in there and
Yeah,
just straight to the citizen. Sometime I've done that and it works. It's There's a lot of different ways you can go about completing objectives. Try and figure out what's the best for the situation, and then also exploit the hell out of free battles. You First of all, you don't even need to win a free battle to get the resources from it. Like if you kill like three demons in a free battle map and then you hit escape from the start menu, you keep the experience and you keep the money. You cannot ever make the game unplayable. You will always have some way of getting out of bad situations.
yes.
So keep that in mind, and then
Especially with the rise of more, especially with the rise of modern strategy RPGs, they've become more accessible in recent years.
yeah, and then also just keep fusing and keep getting better demons. Just if it ever gets to a point where you just don't have the money to do that, just keep doing free battles and keep grinding up those free battles until you
Yeah,
can. Um,
rev up those free battles.
yeah, they're free battles, so you might as well.
Yes.
And then just keep up with that, and you should be fine. But also make sure you use racial abilities to your advantage. Devil Survivor Overclocked, especially, movement is really important, and also the racial ability thing. It's always nice to keep those in mind for every situation, more so than Devil Survivor 2 even, I feel. So, and then also keep up with your skill cracking.
Yeah.
That's also what you should be doing for free battles. Is as soon as you see good skills, get them.
Yes.
Um,
I usually just get about every skill I can get, even if they're not so good. I might have a use for them later.
I don't, but that could be a good strategy. So yeah, I guess that about wraps it up. Thanks for the email, Kai Bear, and I guess we will move on to our second email. So this one's from Teddy, and he says, if you would take all four primary MegaTen artists, Kaneko, Soejima, Doi, and Yasuda, and have them collaborate together to Frankenstein a drawing, who would you designate to do what? Drawing specific body parts, who does coloring, line work, whatever else, etc. And just for
Hmm.
fun, what would the drawing be?
I think it would probably just be an like a huge collaborative artwork of like the entire franchise as a whole.
Oh, that's too easy. Like, gotta, like, okay, hold on, I don't know. Hmm, that's rough. All right, well, I guess if I had to, I would have. I don't know what. Fuck, I don't know what the drawing would be, but if it was like a large landscape, like a setting or something, Kaneko would be whatever monsters or like otherworldly beings would be
Hmm.
present, like demons or something. Soejima is. I guess Soejima the people, even though I don't know.
I'd rather have his people than Yasuda's people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that's the first thing. Keep Yasuda away from any females.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever seen a woman in his life because oh my god, his drawings. Doi actually, I don't know if Doi did the. I don't know how much of Doi was like responsible for the concept art and like the SMT4 art book, but if he could do the actual landscapes themselves, I don't know if that was him or not. But like in the SMT4 art book, like just kind of
Yeah.
the Mikado. illustrations that are really beautiful. I would have him do that, assuming that's him. It
You know,
might.
I've had like Yasuda be the cheerleader to cheer on the other three artists.
Uh, I know some people that really, really fucking hate Yasuda art. I don't mind his males. Like I think some of
Yeah,
his, I would say some of his males are even good. Like Ronaldo looks really cool, but
yeah.
like yeah, like God, Yasuda cannot draw a female without over sexualizing them, and it's terrible. It's like cringeworthy. Um, I don't know what I'd have Yasuda do, to be completely honest. Like
Just
yeah,
have him do
I don't.
coloring.
Coloring, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Um,
just have him color.
his coloring isn't terrible,
Yeah.
so um. I don't know, cause like I like Kaneko people too, but I guess just Soejima, I guess is I think for a mainstream average person, Soejima people are a little more better looking than Kaneko people, cause Kaneko people are just kind of plain yet cool looking in a
Yeah.
sense. They're just kind of they're supposed to be average to kind of
Yeah.
give a more human element to them, but I think a lot of
Soejima characters are more dynamic and
they stand out,
they stick out. And they're
especially with their necks.
yes.
Okay, no, hold on. That's what we do. We have Soejima draw the rest of the body. Kaneko can handle the necks.
Yeah, there we go.
And again, I think there's even a few Devil Survivor or no, fuck, what am I saying? Digital Devil Saga characters that their necks are a little yeah. Um, but yeah,
Working on those next guys.
just Kaneko come back. Um, yeah, I don't know for the actual drawing again, but just some sort of like sweeping landscape epic piece would be cool to see.
Yes.
All right, is there anything else you want to say on that, or are you
No,
good?
I'm good.
All right, thank you, Teddy, for their email. All right, this one's from McCartney TM, and he says, "Hi, Rasen and Katsu, it's me again. Thanks for doing your podcast every week.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please understand.
Please
Um,
understand.
I'm a newer fan to the series since 2012, and I've really have felt the need to explore more of it ever since I've started listening. I was wondering if either of you have played The World's End with You. If not, I think you might like it. It's not as lofty with its themes as the SMT series is, but it does have very strong characters, and the main plotline of the game is a character study of the protagonist. It also takes place in modern-day Shibuya with a supernatural twist. I think anyone who really likes the atmosphere and style of the Devil Survivor games would be interested in it. Hyped for Persona 5. This is also how he ends the email. Well, he signs it. He signs it. Hyped for Persona 5, comma McCartney TM. So, um,
Yes.
all right. So with World Ends with You. Actually, I do have a little bit of a story. I remember when either Devil Survivor or The World Ends with You came out, whichever one came out later. There's like this large game FAQs topic. That was like, "Yo, this game is a ripoff of the other one," and like people were arguing about it. It was really dumb. It was really dumb. Then again, back then too, a lot of people didn't know that Devil Survivor was SMT or what the fuck SMT even really was. So,
Yeah.
especially on the Nintendo side of things, because like there were like what else was there? There's Demi Kids, Jack Bros, and then Devil Survivor. Like in terms of Nintendo SMT games that came out here. So no, I've never played The World Ends with You.
I played The World Ends with You. That game is freaking amazing. I want a sequel, but Nomura is playing with my emotions.
I've been meaning to forever. There's a guy I knew, and he always yelled at me for never playing it. I've been meaning to for a while. I'll probably just emulate it, except I know that's apparently like the dumb thing to do, and you're not supposed to. But whatever. Um, I I don't feel like buying it, but I want to play it. So, um,
Yeah, it thinking about it, it is kind of similar to Devil Survivor. They got the whole Jesus, it's been such a long time since I played World Ends with You. They have like Devil Survivor 1 has the whole you will die next days thing, while in The World Ends with You, spoilers, the characters have to trade in their lives in order to participate in this game and all this other stuff. They have to sacrifice something in order to participate in the game, and some of the characters, yeah,
um, I don't know. I've been meaning to play it for a while now. I've heard it's really good. So,
yeah, it's a really interesting game too. It's pretty unique.
It definitely has a personality just from the little I've seen of it. It goes places. It looks so. Yeah, I'll look into that. But yeah, Katsu's played it already. So thanks McCartney TM. Uh, I will check that out whenever I get more free time. All right, so this is from Lachlan. Um, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, he says, "Hey guys, been loving the podcast. It's the best thing to sit down to and listen to. So here's the question: You're transported to one of these worlds and you must survive. Who would you align with, and how would you make your way through?" Um, so first of all, we're supposed to. I think how this works is we're supposed to pick one of these four. Okay, Shin Megami Tensei 2, Nocturne, Devil Survivor 2, or Strange Journey.
Devil Survivor 2.
Yep. That is a no questions asked. Okay. So SMT2, if you're not within like that SMT2, if you're not in a few very specific closed off safe havens, you're fucked. Nocturne, you're fucked. um,
Strange Journey, you're fucked.
Strange Journey, you're fucked unless you get your hands on a demon. Even then, if you're not like a professional, like military trained badass, you're done. Devil Survivor 2, if you're like a stereotypical teenage dude who gets their hand on a app, you're fine. So, like, I think that one you have the most promise with. So I'm gonna go with Devil Survivor 2. And then who would you align yourself with? Well, I guess obviously I'm gonna say Gyps because
Yeah, Gyps.
they're a little more secure than the
Organized.
rioters. Yeah, just a tad. Hopefully that doesn't mean we have to go with the meritocracy route thing, but I mean, even the characters from that game, they start off as gyps and then they kind of break away from that. So,
Yeah.
like, even if you could do that, maybe a little risky, but it'd be worth it. But yeah, I think Devil Survivor 2 and then aligning with gyps in some way, shape, or form is the safest out of all of those. And then he says, "Keep up the good work, guys. Heart." So, um, yeah, thanks, Lachlan. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that horribly wrong. And then I guess we'll have one more email.
Okay.
All right. So this is from Sam, and he says, "Dear Rasen and Katsu, I'm not a big SMT fan because I've only played the Persona games. He's saving up for the 3DS. But it's always interesting to hear you guys talk about something you're passionate about and the latest SMT news. Katsu has god-tier taste in Vidya, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Danganronpa, etc.
Haha.
Same as you, Rasen, since it looks like you're a Metal Gear fan, my favorite series. Yeah, I'm a Metal Gear fan. I didn't get into it till a little bit later, but I like Metal Gear a lot. I appreciate how you make full-length 1-hour podcasts and give no shits about cutting it down to be short, like a lot of other podcasts that are 20 minutes long and go so quickly. You guys really put in the time and effort into making COS great, and I appreciate it a lot. I like how you guys can joke about things without taking it too far, like Twitch chat dummies, and know what the fuck you're talking about instead. You guys are both really awesome and work well together, and it makes COS my favorite podcast. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Aw.
Aw. I hope COS continues to be awesome in the future, and yeah, best wishes to you two in the next few years. Oh shit, a question. What is your favorite game series? If you're not allowed to choose MegaTen, keep up the great
Hmm.
work.
Let's see. If I'm not allowed to choose MegaTen, my favorite game series. That's kind of hard. I don't. It's kind of difficult to pick a favorite because each game series that I'm into has its ups and downs. Like Final Fantasy, it's ups or like specific games are Final Fantasy series ups,
I
and
was
like
about to say the Final Fantasy ups are like 9, 7, 10, and like the downs are
downs
13,
and 13.
2. Oh jeez.
So it's really hard to say.
Yo, okay, hold on. Can we take this time to bitch about the Final Fantasy 13 Steam port? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's a huge ass file
It is
for
like the
one.
second largest game on Steam apparently, and the reason for it is they have a bunch of uncompressed full motion video cutscenes that are both
Yes,
in English and Japanese.
uncompressed FMVs, not even like uncompressed pre-rendered cutscenes.
Yeah.
Not the actual models are uncompressed. Well, I'm pretty sure the models are uncompressed as well. But yeah, the FMV sequences are completely uncompressed. It's
Oh
Ridiculous.
God, that is terrible. What the fuck are you doing, Square Enix? I wanted to get that to stream it just because that game is terrible, and I wanted to make fun of it, but everyone's like, that's gonna get dry really quick, and I'm like, yeah. And also, I
Yeah,
don't really want
it's
to
also
buy
like
it.
I don't really want to like that's 60 gigs, man. I can use that for something else, like better games.
That's like 1/5 of my computer space for one game. That's not even good. Everyone just buy Final Fantasy 4 or 3 off of Steam instead. Those games
Yeah.
are fantastic. Um, oh man, I guess I'll go with my favorite game series then. Actually, MegaTen isn't even my favorite game series. I'd say it's the second. My favorite game series is Mother, also known as Earthbound. Purely for emotional connection and like nostalgic reasons. I'm not gonna lie. The games are fantastic. They have such a personality to them, and I like every fan I know of that series. They have some sort of personal, emotional like attachment to those games through one reason or another. It might be a character that they really, really love, and like it really stuck out to them. It might be a theme that's really close to them and they've had to deal with in their lives. Like those games just do a fantastic job of just drawing people in and getting that emotional connection there. And like, oh man, like that was really, I guess, too, my first real exposure I had to like internet communities and stuff. And like I met some of my best friends through that and all that. And hell, like Sparky, who you guys might know from COS stuff and whatnot. Me and
Yeah.
him met because like Earthbound stuff and all that. So, like, yeah, just the childhood memories from those games. Like, Jesus, I'll for purely for nostalgia's sake and like those emotional attachments alone, I'm gonna have to go with Earthbound slash Mother. They are never going to be topped. Like even fuck Devil Survivor 2, Earthbound and Mother 3, second and like Earthbound is my second favorite game of all time and will always be my second favorite game of all time. Mother 3 is my favorite game of all time, will always be my favorite game of all time, no matter what happens. Like legit. Um, Mother 1 is or Mother 1, aka Earthbound Zero, is good too. It's just kind of old and the gameplay is kind of garbage, but yeah. But yeah, that like definitely will always be my favorite series.
All right.
Do you decide on anything or no? Got nothing.
Nah. I don't have a favorite series. It's just that the series I like that are up there are, of course, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Tales, and yeah, just those three aside from Megaten are pretty much my top three.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it then. Oh yeah, also, if you want to message me on Twitter or like even like comment or something, I have Smash 3DS now, so we can settle things in Smash, everyone, if
Yeah.
you want to. I don't know how often I'm gonna be playing, but it's a thing I have, so yeah. Um, if you want to smash, I guess reach out to me and maybe I'll add you. I don't know. I don't want to add too many people and like get way over my head and like people to play Smash with, but like, yeah, uh, I've been smashing it up just a little bit. Game is, I guess it's good. Um, so yeah, I guess that really closes it out. So see ya everyone, and get Ultimax if you haven't already because it's fun as fuck. And I don't know. We're gonna be playing and just having a good time. So, bye everyone.
Later.